Mitsubishi Delica 1986 to 2019. In June 1986, the Delica underwent its third full model change. More aerodynamic than previous versions, its monocoque body and extensive safety features proved very popular in Japan's fast-growing recreational vehicle market segment. The more rounded design was referred to as soft cube styling by Mitsubishi. Passenger versions continued to be sold as Delica Star Wagon, which became just plain Star Wagon in Australia. The commercial version is called the Express in Australia. Two wheelbases have been offered. In 1990, the Australian market received the naturally aspirated diesel engine as an option. This was the first Delica so equipped in that market. Although the subsequent L400 Delica and Delica Space Gear were introduced in 1994, production of the Delica Star Wagon continued for the Japanese market until 1998. The L300/Delica van versions also remained in production for export markets. These export markets received a facelift in 1999, released in September of that year in Australia. In Japan, the commercial Delica range was replaced by a badge-engineered Mazda Bongo under an OEM deal which began in November 1999. In May 2013, Mitsubishi discontinued the commercial version of the third-generation Delica in Australia, badged as the Mitsubishi Express, due to its inferior safety. The Express was the last new car to be sold in Australia with a 1-star NCAP rating. The Express had changed little since it received a minor model change in 2003. A large range of engines were available, from a 1.4-liter up to a 2.4-liter petrol, and also a 2.5-liter diesel and turbodiesel, plus a 2.6-liter naturally aspirated diesel. Rear or four-wheel drive, several body styles and two different wheelbases made for a particularly extensive lineup. The four-wheel drive chassis was based on that of the contemporary Mitsubishi Pajero, although parts are seldom interchangeable. Late general export market versions received a carbureted 16-valve version of the 2.0-liter 4G63 four-cylinder, with 116 horsepower, 87 kilowatts, at 6,000 revolutions per minute. Cargo versions are built by the China Motor Corporation in Taiwan. This generation Delica was also built under license by Hyundai of South Korea, where it was called the Hyundai Grace or Hyundai H100 in some Eurasian markets. Launched in December 1986, this version originally received the twin headlights as used in the US market versions, but after a front-end facelift the new more aerodynamic version received thinner and more rounded headlights. This version was called the New Grace. Both the 2.4-liter petrol and 2.5-liter turbodiesel inline-4 engines were available, both Mitsubishi designs. Hyundai terminology resulted in the 4D56 diesel engine being renamed D4BX, D4BA. It takes two more minor changes at each 1996 and 2002. Production ended in end of 2003. In 1996, the Delica was also rebadged under the Suiast brand, which occurred through 2013. In the Philippines, this generation of the Delica was called the L300XE to differentiate itself to the aging second-generation L300 Versa which was still being sold there at that time, and was introduced starting from 1997. Although prior to that, Hyundai has already been selling its pre-facelift rebadged sibling, the Hyundai Grace since the start of the 1990s.